6. Kobe, fake. Kobe, step back.
Khalil Mack already paying.
Tim crushes this ball. He throws the bat. The ball goes flying. It is gone.
Moving back up with Kane. Drops it to Richard. Across the Kane. He scores!
This is going to be a tough play. Bryant, the Cubs win the World Series. Bryant makes the play. It's over. And the Cubs have finally won it all. 8-7-10.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever episode of Windy City Sports Talk. In this podcast, you guys will hear the most important Chicago sports news, and the guys on this podcast discussing our thoughts about the latest news and stories. Anything is allowed, and there will be some heated conversations. I can already guarantee that. So sit back, relax, get your popcorn, and now let's take roll call. Jake Walsh, are you in the building?
Yep.
Christian Puente, are you in the building?
Yep.
Mr. AJ Poda, are you in the building?
Ready to roll.
Let's rock and roll. All right, so first off, we're going to be starting off Chicago Blackhawks. They're clearing out everything right now, except for their, big three. You still got.
Fucking team drives me nuts.
I cannot stand the Chicago Blackhawks right now. Bowman's got to go. Number one, he's got to go. He can't run an organization like this. We did have a dynasty going. I understand Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews, they're getting old. But as you're looking at, as a fan of the Chicago Blackhawks, where do you think the team stands right now, realistically?
It's a shit show.
I think they're standing in a rebuild.
I feel like it's the 2015, 2014 Chicago White Sox at this point. Like you just don't know what to think of them.
If you knew all along that you were gonna get rid of Crawford, why did we trade Leonard for a fucking bag of Skittles? That just makes no sense.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna have Subban come in. But I mean, it's just annoying.
Well, I mean, at the same time, I'm looking on the internet today. Dylan Strome, he might be leaving the Blackhawks too.
They might be. Better not. Strome better not leave. They need him.
They said he might walk. That's the thing.
Is his contract up? Is his rookie contract up?
No, he said they might just walk. Might let him walk. So.
Maybe there's a clubhouse issue there.
Probably, I would assume so. But all right, let's move on. Big talk. The Chicago.
No. Whoa. You didn't even mention Crawford. Oh wait, yeah, you did.
Yeah, we mentioned him. So let's go into the Chicago Bears. Huge win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, that's one of the biggest wins we're going to have all year, I think, and that put us on a pedestal of where we can hang with the rest of the league. Coming into today, I know power rankings don't mean anything. They put us at 13th. I still think that's a slap in the mouth. Nick Foles, his stats for the game, he was 30 of 42 completion he threw a touchdown and interception. The interception maybe could have been caught by Allen Robinson, but
it wasn't on him.
It was not on Allen Robinson. I think it was better defense than anything else. I just think that David Montgomery could have played a little better. I don't know. I think that catch late in the game was a great catch, and that put us in a spot to win the game. But I think he's got to play better. He had 10 rushes for 29 yards. I don't know if you put that on the O-line, but
I think he just needs to get more touches, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I like Dave Montgomery.
I love David Montgomery. But it's like when you don't give him the ball, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
That kind of goes to one of the points that I had on here is Nagy's play calling, I feel like, has just been subpar at this point to where he has Nick Foles not yelling at him, but causing controversy on the sideline. They're discussing stuff, and I just feel like he has not been effective, whether it's a screenplay on 3rd and 24 or some bullshit he throws out there.
Yeah.
That was like that was what we had in high school. That's what Mike Brazil ran on our high school varsity football team was slow right, which was essentially a screen to the right side on like 3rd and 30. It was terrible. And that's what I see sometimes out of the Bears. They just call these most ridiculous play calling. It's awful. I don't get it sometimes. And I personally, I told Teddy before the season, I think that Trubisky was done after the third game, and he was. Halfway through the third game, he got yanked, and I don't know. Looking at that now, it's like, yeah, I was right, but I'm also like, whoa, do we think this is too early for Nick Foles?
Yeah. AJ knows I'm a huge Mitchell Trubisky fan. I loved his leadership. But I don't know if I blame this whole entire thing on him, man. Like, the play calling's horrible, like you said. We're running an out route on 3rd and 18.
You can definitely tell that Nagy's play calling had something to do with everything. Like, it's getting to a point where he tries to just get too cute with things. He doesn't, stick to the game plan.
Yeah. But I really think the MVP from this game was Khalil Mack. He had 3 tackles, he had 2 sacks, and 1 pass deflection. He's a big-time player that comes out in these big games on prime time, and he shows himself. And, you look at the stats from Tom Brady, he was 25 of 41, 253 yards and a touchdown. He threw for 5 touchdowns the week before. And he also took –
crazy.
Yeah, and the Bears held him to 1 touchdown, and they never looked at Eddie Jackson's side once. Going on to that, too, the Bears' defense ranks number 1 in red zone defense. They're 2nd in fourth quarter defense, and they're 2nd in the league on 3rd down defense. And it goes with Jalen Johnson and Kyle Fuller, too, because I think they're the most underrated duo in football when it comes to cornerbacks.
Oh, yeah.
But nonetheless, another thing that I heard today, which was kind of cool, was the Bears and Marquee Network, they actually just came out the partnership. They'll be rerunning games and having a weekly Bears show hosted by Cole Wright called Bears Essentials on Marquee Network, which I think was pretty cool to hear. They're not going to be running games on there, obviously, because of Fox News and everything and all that sort of stuff. But do you guys have anything else to say about the Bears from this week and what's upcoming?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Allen Robinson. He's been playing outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
And the Bears just won't re-sign him yet. And if I were Allen Robinson, I wouldn't be playing.
I think it's going to work itself out, to be honest. I mean, they've definitely had to be communicating in some sort of way because he expressed that he wasn't happy. Obviously, Pace had talked to him. I saw today on Pro Football Reference that he was ranked the 4th best receiver in the whole NFL, and I think he's proven it, honestly. He's definitely made a name for himself this past year, and he's earned that extension. I think the whole Bears organization knows that. It's just a matter of time before it happens.
Yeah, the reason I said if I were him, I wouldn't be playing was not because just being like a jerk or just having an attitude. Is because he's risking injury. If he gets hurt, the Bears aren't going to sign him again. I'm sure another team will pick him up, but right now he's playing, and if he doesn't play, he doesn't get paid. That's how the NFLPA works.
He'll get paid as guaranteed.
Is guaranteed, and then if obviously it's a season-long injury, then he'll get paid the rest of his guaranteed, and that's it. So he's going to risk it all right now. It's paying off. I applaud him for that. I just think it's a touchy thing.
All right. So let's move on to AJ. Well, first of all, AJ, you got anything to say about A-Rob?
Just pay the man. Just pay him. Get it over with.
Yeah.
That's all.
I agree. All righty. So we're going to have our NFL game picks for this week. So our first game of the week, we have the Chicago Bears in Carolina. Christian, you can take it away. What do you got in this game?
I have the Chicago Bears moving to 5-1 on the week after the week, and they're going to be beating the Panthers 17-14. I don't see them losing. Defense has been playing well. I think they're just going to get the job done and take care of business.
AJ?
This game scares the fuck out of me. It's a rat line. Bears plus 2.5. Carolina's 3-0 without McCaffrey. Their offense looks good. Bridgewater looks good. I hate this game. Like, it stinks. I think the Panthers pull it out 2017.
Yeah, Jake.
I got the Bears also moving to 5-1. My scoring's a little different though. I got them winning by 6, but thinking of a score now, I think they'll probably go. I think it'll be 20-14 Bears, and I think they'll eke it out too. It's not gonna be they're up the whole game. They're gonna eke it out again.
So going for my pick, I think Nick Foles is gonna have a great game. He might take him a little bit, to get it going. Defense has been playing great. I got Bears winning 24-20 against Carolina Panthers in Carolina. So next up, we got the Browns and the Steelers. Browns been playing some pretty good football, and so is the Steelers. This is a pretty good game. Christian, who you got in this game, man?
Oh, I got Steelers over Browns 28-10. Steelers are the best rush defense in the league, and I just think they're going to shut it down. I mean, I know Jarvis Landry and OBJ have been hot, but I don't see the Steelers losing this game.
AJ?
It's going to be a hell of a game. Cleveland plus 4. Both teams look really good. Baker's kind of, finally coming around. But Pittsburgh's defense is legit. Like, they're the best in the league, I would say. Give me Pittsburgh 28-24.
Jake?
Yeah, I got Pittsburgh as well. But I think it's going to be a real high-scoring game. I'm thinking Pittsburgh 33, Cleveland 30.
And I also have the Steelers winning. I have them winning 27-17. I just don't know how Baker Mayfield's going to play in this game against a defense like this. So give me the Steelers in this game too. This is a pretty big game. Packers-Bucks. I think this is one of the better games on Sunday. I think it's probably the best game on Sunday. Christian, let's see what you got, man.
I got Green Bay over Tampa Bay 21-17. Packers are legit. They're 4-0. It's going to keep it going, I think.
AJ?
I got Green Bay in a blowout. In his last 3 nationally televised games. Tampa's reeling. Rodgers on fire. Give me Green Bay 34-20.
I also have Green Bay, unfortunately for Bears fans out there. I think Green Bay wins by 7. I think Brady is going to come back and have a little better game, but I still think Green Bay is going to beat them. Tampa's line is just not there. First of all, it's not what Brady is used to. In New England, their line was everything because they had to protect that old man. And this year Tampa's line is just not it. So I got Green Bay 28, Tampa 21.
So I'm actually going to disagree with all you guys. I don't think Tom Brady loses 2 games in a row. Give me the Bucks in this game. High-scoring game, 34-31. I don't see Brady losing. You saw who he was in this game. He was screaming at his offensive lineman, didn't even shake Nick Foles' hands, which was a dick move. But that's okay. He doesn't know where he is. He thought it was 4th down still. That's not going to happen again. I do have the Bucks winning 34-31, high-scoring game. But, yeah. The Sunday Night Football game, we have the Rams and the 49ers. It's a pretty decent game. Is Jimmy G going to play in this game? I've heard that he might be playing. But Christian, take it away, man. Who do you got in this game?
Listen, man, I love Jimmy G. I love Eastern Illinois University, but the 49ers are just a mess right now. I got the Rams not beating them, blowing them out 41-23. They are just feel like a shit show right now, and Rams are kind of hot, so 41-23 Rams.
AJ?
I think it's going to be a tight one. I think if Garoppolo plays, he'll bounce back. He's healthy though. I heard he's pretty banged up, but give me San Francisco to squeak one out, 23-21.
I like that.
Wow.
Jake, take it away, man.
I'm kind of similar with Christian here. I think San Francisco is just lost. I think they got. I'm sure they still have a bunch of kids that are hurt, and the Rams are hot. So I'm taking the Rams. 35-21.
I think Jared Goff is playing pretty well in these past couple games. Like I've said, like you guys have said, the 49ers are not where they were last year. Give me the Rams 31-17 on Sunday Night Football. Can't wait to hear Carrie Underwood sing. Let's get these.
Oh yes.
Let's get these next two picks in pretty quick. So we're a little bit of short on time. So we got Chiefs Bills Monday Night Football.
Love me some Carey.
I got Chiefs 35-21. I don't see Patrick Mahomes losing 2 games in a row, especially after the defense performance last week. It was brutal.
Same thing as 34-27 KC. They're not losing 2 in a row.
Chick?
Yeah, I'm pretty similar there. I think KC has a slower game, though. I think Buffalo holds them pretty good, but I think KC wins it by 3.
I agree totally with Christian said. I don't see Patrick Mahomes losing 2 games in a row. Give me the Chiefs 40-31. It's going to be a high-scoring game. The Bills are not a bad team. I think they're a for real threat in the NFL right now. Yeah, they're ready to rock and roll, and they're going to be ready to play the Chiefs, but I just don't see them. I don't see the Chiefs losing 2 games in a row, but let's get this one pretty quick. Cardinals, Cowboys, Monday Night Football. We have 2 games on Monday.
I got, call me crazy here, but I got Cowboys over Cardinals 28-24.
Give me Dallas for the simple fact that I love Arizona.
All right.
I like Arizona here, but I'm fading myself, so give me Dallas.
Okay.
Unfortunately for Christian, I think Arizona wins this one. I think Dallas is going to be a little lost without Dak. So I got Arizona by 6.
Christian, it's kind of funny. I got the boys winning 28-24 too on the Night Football.
Hell yeah.
So, like you said, prayers for Dak Prescott. Hope a speedy recovery for next year. He's a key player in the NFL. He was supposed to break the NFL passing yards this year, which is hard for Cowboy fans. But hopefully for a speedy recovery. Let's move on to college football picks. The big games from this week.
I have one thing to talk about actually about football.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, I think over the weekend we saw one of the coolest, not only football stories, but just sports stories ever with Alex Smith coming back and just being able to play and after almost losing his life, let alone and his legs. So I just think that was one of the coolest things to see. The smoke show of a wife was in the stands cheering him on.
Oh, yeah.
It was honestly a really real cool scene to see that. But
that was cool.
That was cool. That was very cool. I can agree to that too. All right, let's move on to college football really quick. We'll do this for minutes. Number 1, Clemson versus Georgia Tech. Let's roll through these picks really quick. Christian, who do you got?
Clemson's not losing anytime soon. 48-14. Trevor Lawrence just going to take care of business again.
AJ, take it away.
Clemson big. 55-14.
Jake?
I got Clemson by 17.
I got Clemson rolling 56-14 in this game. I don't see Trevor Lawrence losing anytime soon, like you said. All right, next game we have Pitts versus number 13, Miami. Christian?
Miami came off of a little bit of a tough loss against Clemson this past week. I think it was 42-21. And I don't know. I don't see him losing back-to-back weeks. 38-10, Miami over Pitt.
AJ?
Bounce back, Miami 38-20.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat there. I think Miami wins by 12.
I actually think Miami's going to lose 2 weeks in a row, and I got Pitt winning 34-24. Upset on that one. Called the upset on that one.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they're going to lose 2 weeks in a row. I think Pitt, they have a solid ball club over there, good defense, and I think they're going to stop Miami pretty well.
Talk about a hot take.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll make sure you're drinking on Saturday.
All right.
I'm going to call you names over just to rub in your face.
All right, please do. All right, so quickly, Louisville at number 4, Notre Dame.
Oh, please. Notre Dame. I think Ian Book's legit. Shout out to my buddy Cam. He's been about him, I feel like, for 10 years now, since Ian Book's been there forever. But I got Notre Dame over Louisville 42-14. It's not going to be close.
Yeah. Louisville's like, they're bad. Give me Notre Dame 51-15.
Yeah, I got Notre Dame by 18 for this one.
I got Notre Dame washing Louisville out of the fucking stadium, 40-21. I don't think the game's going to be close at all. All right, so this is a bigger game. We have the defending champs in LSU versus number 10 Florida. Christian, who you got in this game, man?
I love Coach O. I really do, but I got LSU in 3 straight. Florida over 28-14. It's been a very weird season for them. They're kind of like the 49ers, feel like, just kind of lost a ton of dudes from this past year, and just really need to figure it out.
So I heard that Florida has a corona outbreak, and they just shut down all their football facilities this afternoon. So the game might not happen, but we'll see. But if it does, take the over because it's going to have points, and Florida wins by 14.
I think it's going to be a little closer. I think LSU puts up more of a fight, but I still got Florida by 6.
I got Florida winning by 3. I think it's going to be a closer – I think it's going to be a really close game. But, yeah, LSU's going to win 3 – they're going to lose 3 straight games. So the big game of the week, it's the primetime game. Number 3 versus number 2, we have Georgia at number 3 and Bama at number 2. Christian, quickly, what do you got winning this game?
I think you said it yourself, primetime and Alabama, they just kind of go hand in hand. And I don't see – last week was way too close for Saban's liking against Ole Miss, and I don't think the score really justified the game. So I got Bama over Georgia 42-21. It won't be close.
Wow. Whoa.
Bama is not 6 points better than Georgia. Give me Georgia money line. Give me Georgia points. 31-29, Georgia.
Wow.
Best defense in the country.
Wait till Saturday.
I think it's going to be close because I think Georgia's real good, and I also think Bama's real good. They just had a tough week, so I am Georgia by 3.
You know what, boys? Primetime game. I got Bama winning by 1 by a field goal. They're going to take a field goal at the end of the game to win the game. Bama 28-27.
You're going to take Alabama by a field goal? Have you ever heard of Alabama and missing field goals with games?
I think they're gonna win by a game-winning field goal.
There's the phrase Auburn's gonna win the football game.
Yeah.
Double point.
They're not. Oh my.
All right. So moving pretty quickly through the Chicago Cubs, we're gonna move into them because I know I'm the only Cubs fan on here. I think the big question going into this offseason. I think the biggest question going into this offseason is who's staying and who's leaving. Chris Bryant's stats, 206, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. We got Javi Baez, 203, 8 home runs and 24.
Hey, but he can make some back, man.
He batted over 200.
Oh, wow. This is going to be fun. But, yeah, I realistically, I don't know who they're going to get rid of, but at this point right now, I think you got to keep Rizzo. You got to keep Baez. Chris Bryant didn't play a lot of games this year. It was pretty pathetic. His ass hurt. He's just going to sit out for it. His thumb hurts, whatever the case may be. I love Chris Bryant. You know that. But I really think he's going to be walking. I think Theo Epstein, I think he stays for this year, but, I think he's gone after this year. The Cubs need pitching help. I mean, that's going to be the big thing, Is John Lester going to leave? Is John Lester going to leave? Can Yu Darvish play to where he was this year, back-to-back years? But I think those are just the big questions that are going into next year. But I know you boys want to talk about your Chicago White Sox, so take it away, man.
I got one more thing about the Cubs. I think, from what I've seen, I think Schwarber could be on the trading dock.
I've heard that too.
He did not have a very great year. He only batted 188.
Yeah, the Cubs were a fucking joke this year.
And he takes up a pretty decent chunk. He's still got 2 more years on his contract with $7 million a year.
Yeah.
I think they could get rid of him and either get a prospect or get a decent pitcher.
Yeah, you're right. All right. So since we only have 4 more minutes left, let's run into the Chicago White Sox really quick.
Boy.
Ricky is gone.
I'll see you never, Ricky. Dude
Thank
sucks.
God. This season was so promising, and it was so fun to watch. And then when it came down to the 3-2 or 2-1 ball games, I lost my shit almost every time. Because 90% of the time it was fucking Renteria's fault. And I blame 100% of that third wild card game on Renteria. There's no reason we should have lost that game. And I am just so glad that he is gone. I don't really have an opinion on Coop. I feel like he could have stayed maybe 1 or 2 more years. I don't think he's that bad, but I think he should have spoken up more to Renteria when he was trying to make pitching decisions. Christian?
I like Rick Renteria, like what he had to offer. He pretty much was the same position as he had for the Cubs, a rebuilding team. As soon as they get good, see it, buddy. But I think what he gave to the White Sox was fine. Obviously, he had some good team chemistry. He just honestly wasn't ready to win it and is not a playoff coach. He did what he had to for the organization. He said thank you, and we're on to the next. And I'm all for A.J. Hinch.
I like AJ Hinch too. He's kind of bad at staying on him right now.
I don't care.
And with the way the White Sox are, of course, they're probably going to get him, and then that's all Cubs fans are going to talk about. Oh, you got Jeter as a coach. But the Sox are good. We got some really positive news the other day about Crochet. He doesn't need Tommy John. But I think a big thing that the Sox need to do, they really need to sign McCann. They really need to re-sign him. I know you got Grandal, but even Grandal wasn't what we thought he was going to be. He only had 8 home runs this year. And McCann, whenever he got put in, I think he delivered. And I just, Abreu coming off a career season for, the shortened season it was, 60 RBIs. He batted 317 or something like that. He's looking great. So I hope he can keep it going. Eloy, still great. He batted over 300 this year, I think. I think the big question we have is Yohan. Is Yohan going to return to regular Yohan? Yohan. Or is he going to continue to struggle? He kind of broke out a little bit, not so much in the playoffs, but he just had a lot of atom balls, and he got, he just couldn't get it out.
Yeah. So I hate to cut you guys short, but we only have a minute left in the Zoom call. So I think we're gonna end it right here, guys. If you, for the viewers watching this on YouTube right now, if you guys enjoyed this, as click that like button, subscribe. For the people listening to this in the podcast, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. But thank you guys for tuning into the first ever episode of Windy City Sports Talks. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram so you guys don't miss any updates regarding Chicago sports. Hope you guys had a good rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.